Yeah, right, that is what we are intending to make. Well, we've made it, haven't we? Well, a bit of it. Right, this is, well, I'll explain in a minute what it is, but this is the large station, alright, which is going on the layout, and this is the beginning of the build. Right, that little bit of video was the beginning of the build of the large station, which is going up on the layout. I think I said that, didn't I? Anyway, this is like by way of a short introduction to a series of builds, well, the same build, but you know, as I get on with it, what I'm doing with it for the Scalescenes large station, which will go up on the layout. I must have been injected with a gramophone needle, I think. Right, okay. Now it's this is only a short introduction. I don't want to waffle on too much, but I always say that, don't I? It always ends up about 20 minutes long, and then everybody goes to sleep. But this one, I'll try and make it shorter. Okay, right. So when you get into what I'll try and do is to put all these together into one sort of section of the build. It'll obviously come up on the YouTube as they are uploaded, and I've done about 5 so far, and the photographs that you saw was the point at which I got to in the build. And if you follow it, it's the explanation of basically how I did it, why I did it, and my interpretation of what I wanted out of the large station, because it can be interpreted in a number of different ways and made up into it's basically 3 sections, and you can put them together as you like. So this is the way I'm doing it. I'm building the station in total before I build the platforms, okay? And I'm doing that in order to be able to look at the overall total footprint of the station building. So there's 3 parts to it. As I say, you've got that big domey thing which you just saw, you've got a little building at the side which you just saw, and the bit which I haven't even started on yet is like the big entrance hall and the clock tower and the, you know, one of these Elizabethan, or not Elizabethan, whatever, Victorian, Elizabethan, Jesus, Victorian edifices. Right, anyway, quickly. Yeah, Sir Francis Drake on the railway train. That'll be interesting, wouldn't it? So, oh, and Sir Walter Raleigh as well, of course, with his potatoes. Smoking away with a potato. Well, difficult to set a light to a potato, isn't it? If you've ever tried it. So, anyway, this is, yeah, I've got to get the overall footprint of the thing in order to be able to make the station platforms for the thing to sit on. Okay, it doesn't sit flat onto the base board that you've built. It'll sit on the platforms. Okay, so that's all the 3 buildings or 4 buildings I'm making. I'm making 2 domes. Oh no, I'm making 2 side buildings. That's 4, and the big edifice, which is 5 buildings. It'll take me a while to do. So just bear with me. I'll put them in a sort of special section for lunatics who want to follow me. Well, we'll take it from there, shall we? It should all become fairly self-explanatory and probably be repeated half a dozen times, like I usually do. The build of the thing, but it's going to be a nice build in the end, I think. And yeah, you have to think about it for a while, don't you? It's no good going at these things like a bull in a china shop, because you always regret it afterwards. It's a lot of work in these things, so you have to think about how it's going to fit in around what you've already got. And in actual fact, in our case, we haven't even got the rails there yet, because we've got the points which come off the main lines to a mainline station, junction, kind of, what they call it, station, but we haven't put the lines in yet, and I haven't done that on purpose because I don't know what size physically the railway station, the actual station and platforms will take up, whether I've got enough room for as many lines as I want, etc., etc. So, and then what to do outside. What to do outside of the station? There's got to be some kind of car parking area, hasn't there? There's maybe what I've decided on is you'll see as I go along anyway. Slightly what do they call those things? High street. A high street. There'll be a high street behind it, and it'll all become part of it. Built at a later date, and then when we finished it, obviously we'll take it upstairs and try and build everything around it. I think, rather than build everything and then try and fit it around stuff, I'll take the station up in total, have a look at it, platforms, pop off, and then run the lines into it, hopefully. Anyway, follow me if you want. If you don't, then don't bother. Go out and buy one. If you got that much money, you want to buy this, it would cost you a fortune, I think, if it's ready built, one of those ready built things. Anyway, this is a lot more interesting, and it keeps you off the streets. Right, cheers. I don't know why I keep scratching my ear. There's probably all this bloody hair in it, isn't it? Anyway, I'll see you part one. I'll see you in part one. Look after yourselves. Try and reach around and find the knob to switch myself off.